1. Title slide. Good day, members of the panel. My name is Mtegha Derrick, and I am student at Gideon Robert University in association with the Mtegha College of Education. Today, I will be presenting my dissertation titled The Impact of Employee Training on Productivity in Private Companies in Lusaka. This study was conducted under the supervision of Dr. Tiripo Mwenefumbo during the academic year 2025. In this presentation, I will guide you through the background, objectives, methodology, key findings, recommendations, and suggestions for future research. Slide 2. Background of the study. Training is a key tool for improving employee performance and overall competitiveness. However, many private companies in Lusaka struggle to provide structured training programs because of financial and time limitations. Some companies even view training as an expense rather than an investment. This study looks at whether training really improves productivity. On this slide, you can see a pie chart. 65% of companies have training programs, while 35% do not. Slide 3. Statement of the problem. Even though many companies recognize the importance of training, most lack formal systems to evaluate its effectiveness. Managers often struggle to connect training efforts with actual performance outcomes. Irregular and inconsistent training programs can lead to skill gaps and lower productivity. This study was designed to explore how employee training influences productivity in private companies in Lusaka. Slide 4. Objectives of the study. The main objectives was to examine the impact of employee training on productivity in private companies in Lusaka. The specific objectives were, first, to identify the types of training provided. Second, to assess employees' perceptions of how effective the training is. Third, to analyze challenges that occur during training implementation. And fourth, to determine the relationship between employee training and productivity. Slide 5. Research questions and hypotheses. The research questions were: what type of training are most common? How do employees perceive the impact of training? What challenges affect training programs? And is there a measurable relationship between training and productivity? The hypotheses were: the new hypothesis, H0, states that there is no significant relationship between training and productivity. The alternative hypothesis, H1, states that there is a significant positive relationship between training and productivity. Slide 6. Significance of the study. This study is important for different groups. For managers, it helps with evidence-based decision on training investments. For employees, it shows how training can improve performance and confidence. For policymakers, it provides insight to guide labor and HR policies. And for academics, it contributes to the existing knowledge about training and productivity. Slide 7. Theoretical framework. This study was guided by three main theories. The first is the human capital theory by Becker from 1964. It says that training increases employees' skills, value, and efficiency. The second is Kirkpatrick's training evaluation model of 1996. This model evaluates training at 4 levels: reaction, learning, behavior, and results. The third is the resource-based view by Ben from 1991. It explains that skilled employees are valuable resources that give companies a competitive advantage. The diagram on this slide shows how training leads to skills. Skills improves performance, and improved performance drives productivity. Slide 8. Research methodology. I used a descriptive research design with a quantitative approach. The population included employees and HR officers in private companies in Lusaka. A total of 30 respondents were selected using purposive sampling. Data was collected using structured questionnaires. For analysis, I used descriptive statistics and Pearson correlation through SPSS. Slide 9. Key findings, types of training. The types of training provided were on-the-job training, 47%, workshops and seminars, 33%, online training, 13%, classroom training, 7%. This shows that companies prefer practical, hands-on, and low-cost training methods. Slide 10. Key findings. Employee perceptions. 83% of employees said training improved their performance. 80% said it increased their confidence. 80% also found the training relevant to their jobs. This indicates that employees see training as valuable and closely linked to productivity. Slide 11. Key findings, challenges. The main challenges were high training cost, 40%, time concentrates, 23%, lack of skilled trainers, 20%, limited resources, 17%. So, financial and logistical issues are the main barriers to effective training. Slide 12. Correlation results. The Pearson correlation between training and productivity was positive 0.68. The p-value was 0.000, which is less than 0.05. This means there is a strong, positive, and statistically significant relationship between training and productivity, confirming H1. Slide 13. Conclusion and recommendations. Training has a direct positive impact on productivity. On-the-job training is the most common and practical type. Although challenges exist, the benefits outweigh the cost. Private companies should view training as a strategic investment. The recommendations are: first, adopt structured and continuous training programs. Second, allocate adequate budgets for training. Third, use low-cost methods like mentoring or online learning. Fourth, evaluate training effectiveness regularly. And fifth, involve employees in identifying training needs. Slide 14. Suggestions for further research. Future research should broaden the study to other cities or provinces. It should compare private and public sectors. It should use mixed methods, combining qualitative and quantitative approaches, and it should examine long-term effects on innovation and employee retention. Slide 15. Acknowledgement. I would like to sincerely thank my supervisor, Dr. Tripo Mwenefumbo, the participating companies in Lusaka, and my family for their support throughout this study. May God bless you for me. And thank you all for your attention.